Hello. It is 7:27 in the PM. Prime Minister, one spirit of the six islands, but there are two of them, of seven, number 27, which actually is a number I was going to be talking about because the 1010 of that is 8338, making 121 or 1111, and 1111 is 121, falling on April 30th in 1 out of 4 years, and falling on May 1st, 3 out of 4 years, and also known as the day of the Illuminati, because that's the day. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, I went out and I started this in my last video, and there's some kind of concept here in Canada, here in Quebec, with three huge media corporations, which is Bell Canada, the other one is Videotron, and the third one is Astro Media. Now, I made a video a couple of months ago saying that this can't happen. Bell was going to buy out Astro Media, and I said it can't happen. And now it's all over the radio saying, trying to talk sense into people, or whatever it is. I really don't care. All I know is that I knew it couldn't happen that easily. Whatever happens at the end, it doesn't matter anymore. Just knew that something was wrong. Anyways, I decided that Bell Canada, which puts most of their stuff down in the sewers, you know, the tarry, muck, and dirt down in the sewers. Tar backwards is the rat. When you got tar down there, that means you've got something running or beginning to run. But if you only have one rat, he's being run after by me. Ow! Squeak! Mouse. Rat. Backwards. You got more than one rat. You got a communication. You got rats. But once you had it under the ground with communication, now you got it in the stars, because rats and stars are reversed of each other, just like evil and live and devil. It's all the same. It's just another game. Don't forget, Jack-o'-lantern, he lived forever, and now he lives in us. Isn't that scary to know you're living the evil of somebody else? You have to decide between the two, and it's your choice. You're not sure what to make. It's too hard. It's not that hard. Sometimes it's always hard. Anyways, we have Bell. The numbers of Bell in letters start with 2 and 5. That's pretty good, isn't it? The Mayan numbers, breaking and entering, B and E, 5 and 2 is 7. If we add it to the first L with 12, it becomes 19 to 1 spirit of 9. It really doesn't do anything, 1 and 9. 1 and 9, 9 and 1, you got 10, 10. 90, 1 and 9, 91, and 19 is 110. 110, 110. What happens is when you call Bell, the number there, the last four numbers are 2533. 2, 5, but there ain't no 3, 3. Well, look what they did. They took the L, 12th letter, 1 and 2 is 3, 1 and 2 is 3. 33 is the Christ. Man is only one part and one quarter, and the whole, because he's all skin and all bones, part of something else. Half and half is the communication. The body makes up another part, and then you got the spirit matrix where the mind connects to. Hey, they got Star Trek in the city. Maybe I should go there and tell them a little bit about everything on their show, because there's an amazing number of things on Star Trek that haven't shown up yet. Anyways, we're going to go with Bell. We're going to count the simple count, which is the long count, 24, 29, 31. The one spirit creation, 3 and 1. I forgot to tell you the total of this. Excuse me to jump back and forth. But if I total separately 25 and 33, B stands with B. 25, it totals 58. 58, TWO equals 58. If you take 4 parts split up of 2 and 2, 2 black and 2 red numbers, 1 is red in roulette, 10 is black, 1 and 0 is 1. 19 is red, 1 and 9, 10, 1 and 0 is 1. And the last one is 28, beta heaven, THC, creation of the world, of the mind, of letting the mind go and fly to where it has to fly, because our mind has to go. We need to be in a meditative state. And it always reminds me back over to Asia every time I watch these programs. We must meditate, which brings me to another thing. I don't know why, but I keep getting this flash. Nuclear in the Baltic, nuclear in the Baltic, nuclear in the Baltic. I don't know. Since I'm off the track for a second, I saw two pictures today. Boom, out of nowhere, picture pops up, and this girl is with three pigs. Although they're not real pigs, they were small pigs. Two of them were small. One of them was big. 6 and 6 islands are small. One big pig that furnishes and feeds the two-sided islands of 6 and 6, and that's Jupiter. She's a feeding system. And I used to think we're on Saturn, and if we're not on Saturn, they actually have to transport the piping from somewhere else. These planets are used for transmissions and transport for different items. Especially, let me be off the subject, but I was at work today working with the pressure hose, and it said 120, don't put up higher than 90 on the gun. I says, no problem. I says, me too. As my blood pressure is about 115 over 90, the same blood pressure, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I ended up designing this. Sort of like two beehives. If you ever looked at a corn, a niblet, Benline. Anyways, these are the two honeycombs stuck together. You see this line in the center? That is the iron curtain. This is a braking system for an air truck. One of them puts it in this way, and it adds the brakes on, and then when you release it, the air goes out. There's always some kind of compression when it goes on, and we're always running with our brakes halfway on in this life. Why? Because if you're driving in a car, whoa, the light, the person next to you, whatever you're doing, unless you're sleeping, you're always stop and go. Anyway, so that was what I call, if you take a look, see this Y here? See this Y here? If you actually split this in half, in the old world, it would look like two tits, right? But it's the B letter. Two little titties, one titty there and one titty there. Although the brake goes back and forth, this is almost like you're, you know what I'm saying? Back, in and out, yeah, in and out, yeah. Okay, so that's the way that is. Okay, so we ended up using the B and the Y because of the B and the Y shape. Even though there's two B's, I'm just using one. I need it simple. 25 equals 27. The Y is connected on both sides, but again, like I said, this is the bypass for the air brakes. Now, where are we next? Oh, yes, let's go back to 58. So when I added up all those 1, 10, and 19, and 28, it equals 58. 2 of the ones are in the beta system, and 2 of the ones are in the spirit system. One is most likely the God, and one is most likely the red blood. Sign, in French it means blood. Seigneur, it means the priest. Saigner, it means the blood, or to bleed. But singe is a monkey, and the blood runs right through us. We're going to jump back and go back to old Canada, Bell Canada. Okay, that answer over here, 24. If we break it down, like I said, to the small count, 2 plus 5, 7. Plus 3, 10. Plus 3, 13. 3, 6, 11, 13. 1 and 3 equals 4. Now we're going to go to Canada. C-A-N-A-D-A. 6 letters, 3 vowels, 3 consonants. The 3 vowels add up to 3. And the 3 consonants add up to 18, 21. 3 by the 7 worlds. I'm not going to get too deep into this, how it works out in Canada, because it's not that simple. Because it's got to be 2 numbers that match to multiply and add to come out to certain numbers. Whatever it is, Canada is 24. I've seen this before. If you really look at this, it says cadeau, which means a present. Do you know why it's a present? Because of the North Pole. You know the pole that we slide down, that Batman slides down, that they have at the barber shop? Because somehow the other world, doesn't make any sense, is inside this one. Something is deeper under the ground. Because I don't see any other worlds, unless there really is an iron curtain somewhere, maybe below the earth, that we don't see. I don't know what's in all the spots. But anyways, okay. What are we at now? So we added up Canada to 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. We had this 4. We had this 6. Now we go 4 by 6 is 24. 4 and 6 is 10. Totals 34. And that represents hot, cold, Christ, and the number 1 at the same time, so it would say 1, 3, and 4, which is AC/DC. We had the DC, we had to put the 1 back in there to get the A. So that's how we have AC/DC. So now what we're going to do is go down to the word over here, vowel, 22, 37, 60, 65, 77, 87, 96. Works out perfect. 96. Well, we're going to work it another way, okay? I added these together down here. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Combinations of letters. Vow, when you get married. Volkswagen. If you see the O in Volkswagen, the O is circled around these words. If you turn this word around, it would say wolves, the wolves, the carrier of the vowel of the sound of the transmission of the 1 moon against Mars and the 2 moons that bring the information together and send it right back to us. Figured out that Mars didn't have a U on it, but somehow it had part of you, but it wasn't the whole U. So we end up coming down to these numbers over here. 46, again, the same number. 55, the liberty of the freedom of the in-between of Jupiter. And 31 again. 4 at this end, 4 at this end. Yes, I can look at it any way I want. 4 and 6, 10. 5 and 5, 10. 3 and 1, 4. Pig's pregnancy, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, on September 15th of this year, falls inside the word vowels. I know I jumped off Canada. I'm going to get back to Canada in a second. I just wanted to show you that 114 is 38. 3 times 8, 3 plus 8. Now there's another way to do this, but this is the 3 eighths equal to this whole number. So I start with this. I end up with 35. I take 35 and I put 3 plus 5 and 3 times 5, and I get up the magical number 23. You bring that to a 10-10 world, it equals to 87. Right over here, 87. But we go back to the number 38 we started with and bring that to a 10-10 world, and we get 72. We take 24 and bring it to a 10-10 world, we get 86. 72, 86. The numbers I keep marching on and marching on and marching on and marching on. There's a lot more in here. Where do I jump off next? So we did, anyways, to finish off with the Bell Canada, okay, we have the count of 24 and 13, which is 37. 37, okay, on the roulette is dead center, black 17 and black 20 is 37. Now, I'm not going to start with the whole creation and combinations of letters, but everybody knows 3 times 7 is 21, 3 plus 7 is 10, 10 and 21 is 31, 10 is for Omega God, okay, from 5 to 5 at the beginning, minus 5 to plus 5, and anyways, that's the answer for now. So that becomes, again, the pig's numbers. Again, the pig's numbers. 3 38s make 114. Do I have anything else on this page over here? No, I did a little thing on the oyster. One thing that we can look at is that 14, which is the passage, okay? That is the passage, the beginning, the first passage. How does the passage work? Well, there's so many ways for it to work. It goes in, it connects by 5, okay, the first ring. It passes through 14, and it goes around through 32. How do I know it sews together like that? Because if I take away 9 from 32, I end up at 23, and that's creation. I have to go all the way around the alphabet and pass C on the piano in order for it to work. That's what number 32 is. Not only is 32 that, but 32 added and multiplied equals 11. And it's also the reverse of 23, and it'll become the same answer. That's why we jump over 23, because we have to come into this world from a hole that's somewhere. That adds up, that's red. Because if it's black, it's dead. Or it's the return electricity that goes back into the ground. Dead again. We're like walking on God's feet. Or is he walking on us? He's walking on our head. All I know is he's walking in my head. So anyways, 14 Fahrenheit degrees is minus 10 Celsius, and that is the J letter, and that is the 1 omega, and that counts for the first God. The only God, the one God, the black God. He's the black God. I'm going to tell you, he's black and green. That's the colors in roulette. And they're playing on a table. Sometimes it's red. He's having his period. Oh my God, Santa Claus is a woman. I guess, maybe. But this is all for entertainment purposes. Not. 14 Celsius is 57.2. 2 times 57 equals the pig's pregnancy. Oh my God! Fahrenheit always comes out to a 5. Do anything you want. Take any single number you want and try to keep it under 4 digits, okay? Add them up. If they add up to a single digit of 5, when you go to figure that out into Celsius, it will automatically be a perfect number with no decimal points. Anyways, we're going to leave this alone. I have a couple more coming. Does anybody know this little girl? The wolf? MV? Envy? Raphael? 7286. Oh, don't be scared to ask me any questions. I'm too full. If I had somebody here, I wouldn't shut up all night. And then I go to sleep, of course. But I got to, whoa, baby, pull back on the reins because she wants to go. But I can't write fast enough. Can't even think fast enough. I slow down my stuff because I can get 3 parts of an information like within, which way do I go? No. Before I even get there, so it doesn't screw me up, I accept what is in front of me at the time, and I will do my best so it does not disturb my mind, so I can continue to come on here and share the wisdom that is being shared with me, if that's the way you want to look at it. Your choice. Did you see that spot on my tooth? There's another funny story. Where is it? Did I throw it away? Found a condom in my house. Not sure how old it is. Anyways, it was dated to end on the 31st of 2014 in the month of October. And that's 27 days after the 4th, after the 277th day of the year, which actually becomes 304 at the end. 4 and 3 is 7. And why do we talk like this? Because when you go 403, okay, you're going 4 connects, the 3 connects, and the other world is not counted, but it's there. 7. Raphael 7286. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Can you find it? I'm going to start looking for it myself. Yes, there was one other thing I was going to say. 9 plus 7 plus 8 equals to 24. If you multiply it, it comes out to 9. The birth of, in the second world, of the Delta people. Us. Angels from space, plugged into a world that no man has ever lived before, until death do us part. But I want to go to the North Pole because there's a hole up there. That's what I think. There's something in the North Pole that we can go down an elevator of some sort. And this is more, and if the government did this, then there's more than just the government up there, because I figured it out in numbers. So who created this hole, and is the turtle poking his head out?